Disclaimer. This video and all its contents are Ngozi's opinion and that of some people who contributed. We're all entitled to our opinions, so enjoy.
Hello everyone, welcome again. My name is Ngozi. I'm very, very excited to have OC here with me. Award-winning Nollywood actor, one of the few that I can actually sit beside and be like, woo! Because I know him for a long time.
Long time.
And this nigga right here, this nigga real.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for coming.
For nothing.
How
Long
you
time
doing?
coming, but
I
we
know,
finally done
I've been begging him.
No, Ngozi, don't say that.
So sorry, we won award.
Who said that? I didn't say that.
But OC Ukeje is a fantastic actor. He's not a cliche at all. He has done fantastic. Weren't you in Chimamanda's, what's that movie?
Half
of a Yellow Sun. But I have OC here with me today to discuss a very interesting topic. Now, OC just got married. How's that been?
Well, it's been interesting actually, and I'm glad that the novelty is beginning to wear off.
Oh, bless you.
No,
Be
just
careful.
I mean, just so that you can begin to get to the real issues, which is, where you're getting to now, and beginning to see that there is a huge difference between
dating and getting married.
Yeah, and men and women generally.
And you're in it for the long haul.
Yes.
This is not
no
this
exit strategy, nothing.
No.
You're there one
yes,
time.
you are, and you're going to work through it.
I'm going to work through it.
But before you get to marriage, so OC is new in the game. I've been here a minute. We want to talk about young people, the dating scene and marriage.
Okay.
It's a very simple list. It sounds long, but it's very simple. Young people and the marriage thing. It could be because we're in that age group.
Right.
So when you're between, nowadays it's 21 to 40. It's wide.
It's wide.
So there's weddings. In fact, he's leaving here, he's going for a wedding.
Yeah.
So there's weddings galore. I recently did a topic on the top 10 things you must do before you have a Genge Nigeria wedding.
Right.
But now we want to talk about the dating scene. I mean, it is tough in these streets.
It is tough.
Girls are constantly scheming. Guys are scheming. I have guy friends who tell me, man, Angie, leave that matter because you're married. There are no chicks, man. Then I go to a wedding.
Yeah.
And then there are like 10 single girls. I'm like, where are these guys? Okay, so what was your experience before you got married?
Well, I met her first year of university before she shipped off to Canada. Yes.
That's a love story.
But I mean, we lost touch, got back in touch, and we did it for about 2 years before we got married. And I guess that mine is very different because I was not, she was not here and I was. But I mean, you've seen people that through the process of before you get married, you're dating other people and things. And so. You're
dating other people. Are you guys, but you're not simultaneously.
No, of course not. I meant the people you dated before.
Before that, yes, of course. So, but for you, when you met her, when you guys were in, you went to Unilag, right?
Yeah, I went to Unilag.
Okay, so you guys were both in the same year.
Yes, both in the same year.
And you just saw her and thought, ooh la la.
No, I saw her and I thought, nice girl. It'd be nice if she thinks I'm also a nice guy too, and. I was a juvie, didn't have the liver to make. Okay,
so let me know. So let's go more mature. So she went away. So did you hook up while she was still there or when she came back?
No, while she was still there, we got back in touch and then we started
social media things.
Well, social media wasn't big then. It was emails actually. Yahoo.com.
Babe.
There was no Gmail.
Now it's like, check your DM.
Exactly. Like, it was Yahoo. And we kept conversations going and, by the time we got to 2012, you kind of think that, okay, there is a chance that...
So she came back?
She came back 2 times in the period of the marriage for weddings, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, and then you guys see each other, and you guys kind of feel like there's, something is nice
is there.
Here. And then at one point, I was shooting a film in London, and I went to see her in Maryland, and,
Oh, so she left Canada and moved to the States?
So she went to do her master's in the States,
Oh, she well learned.
She
See him bragging.
I'm just saying,
Okay, so OC's case is a classic tale of I met her in school, so we fell in love. But now, ain't nobody got time for a lot of things, right? Okay, so we're going to quickly run through my not top 5, just my 5 tips of things not to do if you're in the dating game and you're trying to get married. So we kind of had a chat about it, so I told him let's run through it.
Okay.
Number 1, do not be thirsty. And when I say thirsty, desperate is the English word for it.
Because, you know, and I'm glad that you're saying this because, you know, a lot of times people think it's only guys who are thirsty.
Oh, girls be they be thirsty like camels. I mean, we can hear your parch from another state. Okay, so let me explain what I mean, and maybe you tell me what you think.
Okay.
When you want to just marry, I want to cut. One girl was like, no, they're cutting me. Nobody is cutting you. If you just get out to marry, the boy can tell.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think? Like, how do you, a chick who is more relaxed, like, oh, we're dating, oh, cool.
That is exactly what the guys appreciate because the truth is we can really smell it a mile off. And then sometimes, if not most of the time, it's like a signal for a good lay. So they're just like...
That ain't cool, boo.
You know, and...
You don't want to get laid and done.
If he does that... You know, just draw the line, disconnect, and you know, you're not...
Yes.
Because he knows that this is what you want, but if he gets a window, an opening, and does...
And he gets an opening, he'll just go in there and just tap it.
Tap that.
And move on. Now, not that there's nothing wrong with tapping it, but... Yeah.
Here's what you're looking for.
Let's be sure. So don't be thirsty. Same for guys. I know this guy. Let me just leave this. But there are guys who are thirsty, like... Okay, introduce me to her. What is the problem?
Yeah.
And when I ask all the girls, is that guy is trying to just get married today?
And that is also a problem because it feels like for the guy, it's just something to tick on his register. Oh, it's
marriage,
time to marry.
tick.
Who? This girl is...
She's not bad. I've made money. Hey, she's not bad.
Yeah, she's not... Whether you guys gel or don't gel, it doesn't
you don't
matter.
really need to gel. Then when they say, oh, who am I? Raise your hand. You your hand. We're not marking register. So don't be thirsty.
Don't be thirsty, please.
Number 2, be open in a good way. Like, don't be so judgmental. You know that, and it's a classic tale. Our fathers told us that story. At 22, you're like, now wow, see his nose. At 25, doesn't have enough money. By the time you're turning like 36, you're like, and he's not so short. No, he's like 4'5".
See, it's interesting because I know of a story of a woman who was told that somebody was getting married and she was weeping in her office. And one of her colleagues came to her guy and was asking, what's the issue? And she says, well, I mean, like, when is it going to be my turn? And then eventually they go deep in the conversation and she realizes that, well, in all honesty, she let a lot of things pass her by.
Yeah.
Things that she was judgmental about.
And now she sees these guys and probably thinks... It might not have been that bad. Yeah. So you're not too young. When you are 26, 27, ease it up. Please. Time flies,
before you know it, you're
and at 26, 27, your body is banging. Your stomach is like, ta-ta, fly, booty, arms, everything. And then you're just feeling the guy's talking to you and you're like, is he seriously driving a Honda?
Please.
Stop it. Go, please. Next. Your nails will be doing like this. Next.
As long as, if it's that you want to get married.
Yes. So we're not saying settle for anything.
No, we're not saying
you need to find ambition. You need, our parents always have that thing where, no, I saw the ambition in your father.
Yeah.
No, girls, I don't know.
The ambition has to be tangible. It has to be on ground.
When, please? 2 years. Let me see the credit card statement.
2 years.
Do you understand? So don't be so judgmental. Be a little bit open. Now, number 3 is very dicey. And some people are going to be like, Ngozi, how dare you?
Just say it.
Do not be engaged for life. Don't imprison yourself. We're engaged. Oh my God, congrats. 2 years later, we're engaged to the same guy. From that time, 4 years later, oh my God, when is the wedding? Stop making excuses for him. Now, like I said to you, OC, okay, no, let me ask you as a guy.
Right.
What would make you give to an engagement ring and 4 years later you guys are still engaged?
I think it is just being ridiculous that makes you do that. Because here's the thing.
I didn't say he did.
I know that guys are usually... You usually get to the point where you feel like you've come into the point where you feel like you know.
You know that you want to marry this girl.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, between knowing and closing... There is a time gap, and what you want to do is know whether you know yourself enough to know that you will take the risk, get her engaged, and go ahead and deal with whatever you need to deal with. Because guys are under the pretense that I need to gather enough money.
Yeah, I was going to go there. That's for some people. I've heard, right now, we don't have the money, but I just want him to, and we're trying to sort out a house, and so on and so forth. So we're waiting. But at what point do you...
But there are some basic things, and some things are basic.
Okay.
Here's the thing, it's also going to be different for people. The dynamics will always vary.
Yes, I agree.
There's some women who can deal with you, down under. If you get engaged to someone who you know that certain basics are important, for example, you have a wife who's lived in Canada for God knows how long, she's used to it. It's certain lifestyle.
You're going to have to put that lifestyle together.
You just have to have the house.
You can't be like, I'm still in my dad's house, but you know.
But there's some women in this day and age who can do that.
Stay in your dad's house with you.
I've seen people and I respect that.
Oh, that's so, if you can do that, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, why pay rent if my dad has a BQ?
I'm of the opinion that as a man,
you're African man, you're a strong Nigerian man. Really, Osi?
I'm just saying.
No, but indeed, a lot of women have fallen for that. Oh, I'm waiting, he's going to do this, he's going to get it together. Girl, seriously, I think after... I don't even know if 2 years is too long. It's not fair.
2 years
now,
may be
some
safe.
people are now millennials. Oh, that's my partner. They want to do partner. If you are open enough and you can do partner, oh, he's my partner, go ahead. If you can't do it, tell him.
Yeah.
Don't try to join. Don't try to be his woman.
Very true.
Oh, that's fine. I don't mind my husband. Well, no, don't be a millennial if you're not a millennial.
Because there's the other thing about people's views changing over long extended engagements.
Yes.
So you engage to someone for 4 or 5 years, and then by the 4th year, people are feeling different.
Then maybe you have a few love handles.
Yeah, just like,
Don't be imprisoned.
No.
Number 4, if you can't marry him or her, don't date them. This one is really simple. I don't understand it. I know for a fact I can't marry you. I'll now date you hoping that you will convince me.
It's a Western culture.
Like,
we're in 21st century.
Like you meet someone. So the very popular one is the whole religion thing.
Right.
So you're Christian, he's Muslim, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
And this guy, being a Muslim, now is marrying this Christian girl, says, I'm like, what about the kids? Are you joking? My kids are going to the mosque. I'm like, why can't they go to church with their mom? I'm the man. Okay. Then the woman who is a Christian or a Muslim now insists that the kids will follow her religion. Are you suggesting your own religion is better than his? These are things that you already need to discuss before you go into it.
Yeah.
And
I quite agree with you because, I think that it is even more dangerous for the woman based on her emotional deposits.
Oh, praise God.
If you start dating someone that you are not sure that you're looking at, the prospects of getting married to. So if you guys get physical, if the physicality complicates things, what happens if you mistakenly get pregnant?
Oh, see, you just hit. You didn't hit the nail on the head. There must be something else that's closer, more on target. And I've seen that a lot. And then they just get married.
Yeah.
And then 2 years, 3 years down the line,
it's done.
Yeah.
Kaput.
Like you meet. Okay, let me give you this. You meet this chick, met this guy, and he lived in somewhere Lagos. Like, not that there's nothing wrong with where he lived, but for her, she hadn't been to these parts before.
Right.
And he lived in these parts, right? And she just thought, wow, that's really far.
Right.
But for him, he's like, no, I own my own home. Ooh, you own the house? So you ain't finna move from there? But she was like, no problem. So when they got married, for her, she felt like, oh, I can take you away from there. But you can't take this person away from who he is.
Yeah.
So if you can't see yourself marrying that person, don't date
Don't
the person.
bother dating.
And finally, don't let social media be the third person in your relationship. I don't know how else to say it.
Go ahead.
Please, Harry, go ahead.
See,
finish it.
Social media is a good thing, but I think that we're beginning to misunderstand the use of social media as far as certain basic or fundamental things that have to do with human dealings are concerned.
Keyword being basic and fundamental.
Why? It's something I heard recently, how there were the years when people had diaries and never wanted people to go into their diaries. It's like, don't touch my diary.
Don't read my life.
Don't do that.
And now,
let's just
on social
take
media,
it to
and you
social
get
media.
angry when they don't read it.
Exactly.
You didn't like my picture.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Like,
okay.
You didn't promote my
me
music.
and Bae today, Bae hanging. And then I look at your Bae and I'm thinking, I know I saw that dude yesterday.
Like,
I know that's the same dude.
That dude had to belong to somebody else.
Because, babe, that's not, no. So do not let social media, I'm not saying you guys can't go out together and hang out together, but keep it in the bedroom.
I think as much as you can afford, everything has to do with private dealings. Just trying.
Me and you, there's two of us in this relationship. If you're Christian, God is the third person. Amen.
Other people evolve through all sorts of.
You're not saying, girl, don't worry about it. Don't tell him. Me and you, right?
You're right.
I hope that we can take this on board and create long-lasting marriages. I mean, things I don't even want to talk about what's going on in marriages. That's like 10 different topics in themselves.
Exactly.
But for the dating scene, guys, just keep it very simple. Do not be judgmental. Yeah. Don't let social media come into your relationship. Don't be thirsty.
Don't marry.
Don't be thirsty. Do not imprison yourself.
And don't date.
Right?
Not planning to.
And if you're not going to get married, if you don't see yourself marrying that person, don't bother. Yeah? Don't get emotionally invested.
Please. Yeah.
Lucy, thank you.
I
am so happy to have done this thing with you. I thought about doing it alone and I said, nah, I need a man. I need a fine man. And I need a married man. So, a good married man.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you blushing? No. But thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, like you always do, and I appreciate your comments, please make them in the comments box under the screen. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, please keep it very real. Thank you, OC.
Thank you, OC.
Bye.
Peace.